someone sees potential in my little seed baby of a story, revise and resubmit is one of the options that an agent can respond when they get a query that interests them. They're either going to accept it and set up the offer discussion, the call, or they're going to send you a revise and resubmit request, basically saying, it's not quite close enough to a place I can offer you rep. I would like to see if you could maybe revise your story to that point. So it's not a guarantee. It's not a rejection. It's not an offer. It's just, can you dive a little deeper and get it closer to something I could see myself representing as an agent? I do have to say, I am not the keeper of all things knowledge about revise and resubmits. I will say that I leaned heavily on Kim Chance's video, which I don't actually know how to link, so it'll probably be in the description. Kim Chance's video and then Alexa Dunn's video. And there were a lot of really helpful articles online, but none of them tell my personal story. So that's what we're doing today. I received my revision request in May from an agent that I was a really big fan of, so that was great. She said, "Hey girl, I would be interested to see if you could take the character's age and completely change the entire story to age them down." And basically I had pitched it as a YA, and my characters were in college. And sometimes you can pull that off with the right agent and the right connections and the right story. However, for reasons I understand, I needed to age them down. And so when I first received this feedback, first of all, I freaked out because I understood that a revise and resubmit is not a slow no, as a lot of people think. A lot of people assume that a revise and resubmit is the agent not really saying no, but not saying yes. Therefore, they're just putting off the rejection. I don't see it that way. I was like, oh, someone sees potential in my little seed baby of a story, and they're watering it to see if it will grow. So my little seed baby story needed some water in the form of this really scary change that I was really hesitant to do. I did not want to age my characters down. I had been fighting that since the moment I started writing this story, recognizing that new adult wasn't an option. It's not an adult, but it's not a YA. Where does it fit in the middle? And I fought a lot of people along the way. I had beta readers and critique partners, and the Pitch Wars mentor, when they rejected me, told me that was part of the reason why. The author mentor match mentor said, you probably got to age it down. That's part of the reason why. And I ignored everybody because I thought I knew better. And so when this agent's like, I will give you another shot if you age them down, I couldn't really argue. I couldn't really, I did not want to do it, and I did not believe that was my story. However, I realized it was all in my head potentially, and that I needed to give this change a go. So I did not fight the R&R. I did come up with a couple options that I did send back to the agent, saying, okay, well, what if I do this or this? These are my two plans of attack. Let me know if one of them resonates with you. And I don't know if that's always appropriate. I think it might depend on how much feedback you get from the agent in the first place. This agent said not a lot. They said age them down, and that was it. There was no in-depth guidance where I think a lot of R&Rs even come in a phone call so you can talk about the intricate details of the changes that need to be made. That didn't happen. She just said, make them high school. Good luck. So I responded back with the two options that I thought would be, I had stewed on the feedback, and I was like, okay, here's what I can do. Send them back because I was already hesitant about the feedback. I think if I had more confidence in the change I was going to make, if I believed it was the right fit, I wouldn't have responded back and fished for more details, but I'm glad that I did because she said, I don't like either of them. Try this. And it wasn't as prescriptive, but I think basically I was trying to loophole, basically. I was trying to jump through two loopholes, and she's like, no loopholes. Just try this if you want to, because I would love to see that. If not, blessings on you. So I said, okay, well, I'll try it. I responded, I said, let's see what happens. I will report back. Let's see if I can make that work. Because I wasn't going to be like, here's the moon and sun and stars. I promise you it will be golden. Because I didn't know if I was going to like it. But I agreed. I also, at that time, was going back and forth about, do I tell the other agents that have partials or fulls that I am rewriting this manuscript? And I also stewed that around for a long, long time, looked up a lot of research and a lot of other people's opinions, and I chose to, yes, tell them. Especially if it was going to be as dramatic as it was, and it was that dramatic. I didn't want to waste those agents' time. I basically said,
Dear agent, you currently have a full version of this story. I have received a revise and resubmit requesting that I change XYZ. Please let me know if you would like to see the new version when it is complete, and if not, let me know if you need anything more from me or if you would like to still consider the original manuscript.
I loved that manuscript. I believed in it, truly, and I didn't want to snatch it away if someone was falling in love with it and reading it that night, you know? Because I think, honesty, I'm trying to remember that agents are human beings who love your story, or they don't love your story. They're just human beings. Talk to them. Be a person. I like this more. Tell me what you think. So I had 5 agents that were in discussion. The one who offered the R&R. One who said, I like them in college. Just send me that one. She had just requested a full. So I sent her both the full manuscript with them in college, and I sent that agent the first 50 pages of the age down, just so she could see where I was going in case, because she knew I was going to continue working on the revision. Very cool of her. Very cool. One agent said, cool, let me know. The other one said, cool, let me know when it's done. And the last one said, I don't think you need to age them down. I'm confused. And she was confused because she already thought they were in high school. So to age them down, she thought I was aging them to middle school. That's how confusing my age was in the first 50 pages. She was like, don't make them middle school. And I was like, oh, whoa. That was not a strong manuscript that you received then if you didn't understand. So I think she will be pleased to see the high school version as well. So yeah, those were the agent responses. Oh, and I had one, and I had one of the agents that was like, yeah, send it when it's ready. Give me additional notes. A couple of them honestly gave me additional notes. One of them was like, your pacing is really, really, really slow. I need you to speed up the pacing, linger only where it matters. Don't linger in boring places, because that's what's slowing it down. I said, yes, ma'am. I had another agent say that the side characters feel too side character-y, and that they feel like they're only there to move Tyson's world forward. When in a realistic picture, every person is the main character, is the hero in their own story. So I had to give each of the each of the side characters a little more depth. So I added that note to my edit letter. And then I also went back to I went back to what the Pitch Wars mentor suggested all those months ago, in case it still applied, about the age down. And I also looked at the author mentor match feedback when they rejected me to see if they had any notes about aging down. So I just compiled all of it, and I attacked. I gave myself a month to do the revision, which I don't think was realistic. I got the big the big boulders moved within the story, but I had to really smooth and refine. There is no hard and fast rule unless the agent explicitly says, like, it would be really great if I had this by October. No one says things like that. As far as I know, I just didn't want to sit on it for months and months. I got it done. I got beta reader feedback. I made major revisions based on the beta reader feedback. And now I'm doing final polishes on this R&R new submission. I will be sending it back out to all the agents that have requested it, and I will be using that manuscript moving forward with further queries. I also, if you do an R&R, don't forget to update all of your pitch materials. Your query letter may need changes, your synopsis may need a little tightening up, and if you did, keep a stash of like Twitter pitches just in case. I had to tighten all those up because all those were wrong. I haven't been an anxious mess, but I also cannot thank the agent enough for challenging me, because all the agents that passed prior to today, all the rejections I got, I understand why. Even though a lot of them were form rejections, I understand why now that I'm have put in the time. I do think that I queried at the right time for me previously with the right version of that story, and then it needed to be changed. So I don't think I would have come into this storyline as it is if I hadn't tried querying first. So yeah, revise and resubmit. It's not an auto reject. It's not always a full in detail call or a very lengthy email with details of all the little things that could be improved. Sometimes it's vague, sometimes it's not. But the agent who sent the R&R to me, we were really quiet for a couple months. I was at the 3 months that I was revising. I was wanting to check in and just tell her how it was going, and then I was like, nah, she doesn't care. Like, just wait. Well, out of the blue, yesterday, she emailed me just saying, hey girl, still excited about that revision. Just wanted you to know. Hope your summer's going well. It's been a little hectic over here, but we haven't forgotten you, and we look forward to seeing that revision. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Ooh. I felt remembered, because I was. So if you have questions about an R&R, I will try to help you, but what I may probably do is just drop some really super cool links about places and resources that have helped me through this decision-making process. And yeah, if you have received an R&R, let me know how you handled it. I'm dying to know. And if you have fun stories, questions, concerns, anything, yeah, drop them below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a bell somewhere. I'm also on social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great one. Good luck.